Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Laser Everything live stream celebrating the release of the LightBurn open beta. So glad to have you here with us today. I got JMac and Kyle here hanging out. We switched up how we're setting up the stream, so hopefully the quality is a little bit better for you now. But yeah, we're stoked, guys. LightBurn is out. We're jamming. We're here to party. JMac and Kyle both have LightBurn projects they want to work on. We've got you guys out here in chat. Mark Cooper first, BD Laser Software, Mr. Moo. Who else do we have in here? Oh, it's not loading for me now. I can't read the rest of the names. There's so many of you guys. Welcome everybody. I hope you're all enjoying LightBurn. I hope it lives up to the hype for you. I know that we have certainly been enjoying it for a long time, and I'm so excited that we get to talk about this with you guys now. So I can see your mouth moving. Okay, good. That's a good start. That's what we want. So yeah, guys, smash the like button, buckle up, sit down, hang out. Let us know in chat how you like the software. If you have specific questions you need answered, we'll try to answer them as we go along. Kyle, you have a project you're working on today, or what do we got going on, man?
Yeah, I can do, or at least I'm planning on doing my camera's not on. Back it all. I still have to do the back of my knife that we did on the last viewer's choice.
Right.
So we can do that. I can review how I do the outline tracing in LightBurn, so that we can mask a design to it. So that's another tip that we got asked a lot about after the last live stream. So
Sure.
we can review that, and I got some other random stuff I can throw under the laser, because who doesn't enjoy a good laser session?
What about you, JMac? You got a project, man?
Yeah, I'm working on a slate project with LightBurn today. I'm going to put it on and use the LightBurn camera to trace the outline of the slate and then do my design in the middle.
Nice. LightBurn camera. I still haven't set LightBurn camera up for a Galvo laser at all. I'm really nervous about it. I don't really trust it. Has it been accurate for you?
Yeah, I mean, I only use it on large stuff, to be honest. I know a couple of the other admins use it for pinpoint accuracy, but I prefer it more as just a basic outline for centering up and getting something in place.
Yeah.
Rather than, pinpoint stuff.
Got
That's
it.
just the way I feel, so.
Yeah, that's probably how I'll end up using it too. And you guys probably have already heard by now, but Kyle's been working for the channel, for Laser Everything, for a long time, a long-ish time, right? 2 months, maybe? 3 months? I don't even know.
3 months, maybe?
2 to 3 months. We just hired JMac yesterday. So JMac is a Laser Everything employee now. He's on the payroll. So we're really excited to welcome him. So leave him a little congrats in the live chat. Smash the like button for JMac for joining up with the Laser Everything crew, because the man is a beast. He's an asset. He's a wealth of knowledge. We're really glad to have him on board. So don't forget to smash the like button for JMac. And yeah, that's it. That's what we're doing today. So I don't know. I mean, whichever one of you guys, if you just kind of want to work in the background and take turns, or if you want to do all of one project and then all of another, do you have a preference between? We didn't really talk about this in advance, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
We can go either way.
Working basic, so I think Kyle's one is the one to look at, because he's going to be tracing around objects and stuff. So.
Yeah, cool. Well, Kyle, I'll throw you up on the big screen for now, and I'm going to interrupt you fairly regularly to answer chat if we get any questions, but do your thing, man. You have the floor.
Okay. Let me... I need to switch cameras. 1 sec.
You got lots of congrats here in chat, JMac. That's awesome, man. Everybody was stoked. I made an announcement about it in Discord yesterday, and that post blew up. People were stoked.
Yeah, it's an exciting time as well. I'm part of the furniture here at Laser Everything since day one as well. So
Yeah, literally.
yeah, it's a natural progression, and yeah, it's good to be on board with you guys.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, sure.
So how do you guys like your LightBurn software so far? You guys having good luck with it? Is it working for you? Let me know in the chat.
What I like about it is the lack of crashing.
Right? Everybody's made a ton of jokes about why I called the LightBurn tutorial series the LightBurn Crash Course. They said it should have been saved for EzCad.
Yeah, it's just nice being able to, you know, just when you're doing hatching and stuff like that, being able to pick up your text and move it about without it stuttering and, you know, possibly crashing the whole program.
Yeah.
So it gives you the confidence, I guess, to work.
Totally.
Smoother, happier.
I've always said, like, EzCad isn't that bad if you're looking at it from far away. It's you know, it's not that bad. It's just it doesn't do the things that you're telling it to do when you're telling it to do them, you know? If EzCad just did everything that you told it to do the first time without problems, like, it wouldn't be terrible. It would be okay, you know? But it's terrible because even when you're telling it to do those specific things, it can't manage to do them. I think that's a big part of the problem, where LightBurn kind of picks up those pieces, you know? When you tell LightBurn to do something, it just does it.
Yeah, exactly. EzCad, you're working about 10 seconds behind with a lag, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's just a complete game changer, really. It's going to speed up everyone's workflow, and it's going to stop so many problems with hatching and that sort of carry on. You know, I see so many questions. People try to hatch something and it turns to spaghetti.
Yep.
Right in front, you know. LightBurn's so intelligent. It knows what to avoid. It knows to avoid an inner circle, say in an A and stuff like that, you know. So it's gonna, from that point of view, it's gonna save a lot of time for people.
Yeah, especially the like importing from various programs. Like, one of the biggest challenges that I had with the recent Affinity Designer and Inkscape tutorials was just getting files to export that would be accepted by EzCad. But the part of the tutorial where you import for LightBurn, I'm like, click import, click the file, done, right? And then for EzCad, there's like 8 more steps in between those two things that you have to do to even get it to accept the file in the first place.
I found the best thing in EzCad for getting a file to work, a problem file, was opening it in LightBurn and saving it as a DXF. And then 99.9% of times it would always work then in EzCad. So LightBurn did its magic again, you know. Yeah. Even for working in EzCad.
Yep. Yep. And LightBurn's good at processing a lot of that kind of artwork, whether you're, you know, doing vector work like that or processing raster images. Like, their raster editing stuff can all be exported in EzCad readable files. So you can do like all of your photo prep in LightBurn and then export and, you know, import it into EzCad and use it right in EzCad. And that was a miracle before LightBurn was released. Obviously, we don't need to do that now because LightBurn's here. So now you just do the same exact thing and click start. But, you know, I mean, it's, yeah, big time.
Even people with EzCad free, I would still recommend getting LightBurn, at least the trial. And if you got any problem files, just run it through LightBurn and then import it into EzCad free.
Yeah. Yep.
You'll see it start to work.
Yep.
It should.
Exactly. Kyle, you're looking pretty ready down there. You feeling ready?
Yeah, I had some camera difficulties, but we're back.
Okay, sweet.
So
before you go nuts, I just want to catch up on chat really quick. Sorry. I turned up JMax gain. Hopefully you can hear him a little bit better. Haven't updated yet, but it's happening today, I think. That's good. Get after it. Get after it while it's new. David, where's the download at? It's lightburnsoftware.com, and then click the buy/trial tab, I believe, and it should be there, version 1.2. We cover the entire installation and setup process and I should actually, Kyle, do you mind pulling up the LightBurn crash course playlist, or just like on the channel homepage so that people can see what it looks like? If you guys haven't already seen it, go check out the LightBurn for Galvo crash course. It is a, so far, I think 13-part series that I've been throwing up over the last, 4 to 5 days here, and it covers everything you need to do from the second you download LightBurn up until you're like doing things like lens corrections, laser timing, all that stuff. It's all covered. So if you're having any problems at all getting started, just, I mean, literally leave the live stream and go watch this instead. It's right here on the playlist page. You can see it right there, LightBurn Galvo Crash Course. It's also on the homepage. It's available right on the homepage of the channel. So there's lots of different ways you can get it. I tried to make it super easy to find for you guys, and it's really going to help you out. So if you haven't already checked it out, please definitely go watch that. So I just wanted to throw that out there really quick.
I don't know if you quickly, before we nip over to Kyle, show my screen, and you can see, let me see, that's the camera setup for LightBurn, sorry. I'm just noticing it's not showing the camera over, see where my mouse is there.
Oh yeah. Can you see it and we can't, or?
Yeah, that's right. So
yeah,
it must be kind of security issues.
I think it's because you're capturing the window instead of capturing the entire screen.
Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah, because that's, you know, let me actually, I could show you.
Kevin says, I was watching Crash Course, then realized you were live, so I came in here. That's fine, too. You can hang out and get back to the Crash Course after you're done. Certainly, that's an option.
No, it's not loading the camera for whatever reason.
Nah.
Oh, well. That's because we're live.
Yeah, right. All right, Kyle. Well, I think you can take it away, man.
Yes.
Yep.
So, what we got going on. So, this is the knife we did during the last viewer's choice. So, part of the deal was we called it the Mandalorian knife. Because we have the Beskar steel on one side. So, we were going to do... it's like the Ninja Turtles like shell design on the back almost.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, the screws are like really in there and I can't get them out. So this is a perfect opportunity for the trace function in LightBurn.
Nice.
So I'm going to work around this and also the split hole in the other hole on the back. So I've basically just taken a top-down photo, straight down, as flat as I could get it. It's far from perfect, but it'll work.
And I mentioned this in the last one, but I want to actually say it out loud now that I'm actually on the stream. When you take photos top down to do like pen traces on these items, you don't want to fill the frame with the item. You know, you don't want your item to be like this in the frame. You want your item to be back here, out in like the middle of the frame. Yes, it's a lower pixel count essentially when your item is this far away, but when it's right up here, it's going to be skewed by the, you know, fisheye kind of warp, like barrel warp to the lens. When you pull it back and it's closer in the center of the frame, your proportions are going to be more accurate over the entire span of the item. So make sure that you're not getting right up on the items that you're trying to trace, because you're going to realize that you're not having things laid out proportionally once you're lighting it in LightBurn way later. So
yep.
I just pulled up my camera for LightBurn.
Oh, good. Yeah, we can take a peek at that really quick.
Overlaid it roughly where it sits on the LightBurn, so that's basically how it looks. A bit smaller, it fits in that square.
Yeah.
But that is it. So, yeah, I mean, that's showing the love heart slate in the middle. And when I go to that, I'll show... See... It's still playing out. Yeah, it's been a bit. One sec.
No worries. Go ahead, Kyle. We'll swing back. We'll swing back. J-Mac will get his technical issues sorted, I'm sure.
Yeah. So let me. Oh, I need to switch cameras. So what I'm doing. Right screen. There we go. So we got LightBurn pulled up here, and I'm set up for my Wisely 60 watt with my 110 lens, and I'm just gonna paste this image in here. So this is just a basic top-down view. I got my knife here, and Like I said, far from perfect, but it'll do. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this pen tool, and we're going to more or less roughly... Oh, one more tip. Use a different color than black.
Yeah.
And select off the image. There we go. So we're going to use red. Use whatever color you want. And we're just going to roughly trace around. And you don't have to be completely perfect, because there's a little trick to this that you can more or less generate curve very readily.
A to Z Geek asks, so my license says I have Galvo, but I haven't paid for the upgrade yet. Does that mean I'll be prompted to purchase it after the 1 month trial? Yes, so the trial will end at the 15th for everyone. So it's free for literally everybody right now. And then at the end of the 15-day trial period, we'll have to purchase licenses for it. So that's kind of what's going on with that.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to see because it's a small line, but basically what we're going to do here is there's a node editor here beneath the shape tools here. And it's edit nodes, and we're going to click on that. And we're going to use, if you mouse over LightBurn, it gives you some good tool tips. So if you ever forget what you're looking to do, click here.
Yep. And
we're looking to convert curve to line, or smooth node to line, or convert node to corner, etc., etc., etc. So depending on what you're doing, that's going to be what you want. So we're using S. Oh, it helps. You select it. There we go. So we're going to grab this, and we're going to just start stretching this around the corner. And if you find that you're going one way or the other more, you can just move your mouse along the line to get the angle you need to follow the curve. So you don't got to go too crazy with it. And I can even pull this node out more if I find that I'm just not getting the coverage I need.
Awesome.
And pull that node out. And that's pretty much it. So I gotta correct this a little bit.
That seems really easy, actually.
It's that easy.
That was the part that I had missed the last time you were streaming this, and I was not expecting that.
Yeah. So one thing I want to add here is there's a little bit of a curvature here that I missed. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to insert a node here. So I believe it's I. Yep, I. Insert node. And I can grab that, drop it right on this corner.
Yep.
Form that right to that corner. Form this right to this corner.
So nice.
And it's pretty straightforward. So this is about as, complex as I'm going to get with it.
Yep.
But
no, that looks great. That's awesome, man. That's really, really cool.
If we drag from the bottom up to the top left, we can highlight everything we touch. And I'm just going to apply mask to image. Now, I'm not going to leave it like this. I'm just doing this to represent that we got what we wanted removed.
Right.
So, Control Z, or back button up here. Now, we have what we need from this. So, one thing we're going to do is we're going to add circles like we did during the live stream. And a little tip is if you hold Control while you're forming the circle, it'll originate the circle from where you start the shape.
So if you click right in the center of the circle you're trying to outline and you hold Control, it'll blow it out from the center of that circle.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So I want to miss all these little shapes. And the other thing is if you hold shift, it'll form it into a perfect circle. Another thing you can do is if you're having issues with the shape snapping, you can hold control. You'll get a little bit more fine movement out of it. And good enough. I'm not going to worry about these circles here because it just goes into the inside of the knife and there's nothing behind it. I'm worried about engraving.
Yeah.
But what I'm actually going to do, I don't need this image anymore. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this out. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to do this. We need to scale it to size. So, in terms of sizing, the handle on this is roughly 109 millimeters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sanity checking myself here. Yeah. So, we're going to highlight all this. Just to get us into the ballpark. Alright, so I'm going to cut the outer shell off. I'm going to use those circles to actually align my knife to the shape.
Hmm.
So I'm going to frame it here.
I have a question. I have a question. So when did you Control X cut that outline?
Yes, and we're going to put it back in when we're done.
How did you put it back? This is something that drives me nuts about LightBurn. How did you put it back exactly where you cut it from? Because when I paste, it seems to paste wherever the mouse cursor is from. Is there a shortcut to get it to paste right back from where you took it?
Yes. So you can actually use the undo button to put it right back in.
That's what
we're not moving forward.
That's what I usually do.
Or you can use Control-Z. Yep.
Okay. All right. So it's an undo. All right. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it's just out of ease because we're putting it right back. We're just using this for alignment.
A to Z Geek, just to catch up on chat really quick. Video idea, pass through for those of us without a camera or a beam combiner. I'm not entirely sure what that means, so expand on that for me. And BD Laser Studio says, just need to learn how to use the camera and camera setup. Same here, dude. That is something that I am totally just like overwhelmed by, like even thinking about like having to like set that up. So, you know, but the Kyle knows how to do it really well. I'm sure he's going to teach me how to do it. And that's something we're going to have on the crash course soon. So we should have some content for you very soon on that. So you're using you're not even messing with the outline. You're literally just using the pins to line the knife up.
Yep. You have 3 very precise points and 3 very tight circles. So I find that easier than dealing with an entire border around a shape.
Right. And if you're not in focus here, these points aren't going to line up, right? So you have to make sure that you focus before you even try to do this.
Yep. So I am going to double check that actually. I'm pretty sure this is the last thing I'm pretty sure I messed with on this. But
A to Z Geek is talking about print and cut. Like if you're going to use the pass-through doors on your machine and you need to move the part in order to do the whole thing. You know how to do that, don't you, Kyle?
Say that again? Oh, print and cut.
To like line it, to do something bigger?
I've never tried it with my fiber.
Well,
never tried it with my fiber.
A to Z Geek is talking about cutting with a CO2. Have you done it with a...
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
All the time.
Okay, great.
It's actually coming up in my CO2 jig episode.
Oh, really? Out. That's part of the...
yes.
The follow-up to the one that we just posted.
Yes.
Perfect.
That's the next jig episode.
There you go.
I can...
And it doesn't take a beam combiner or a camera to use it, right? You can just do it?
It does take a beam combiner, unfortunately.
It does take a beam combiner.
Yes. Well, at least the method I use, because ultimately what I do is I I engrave rather targets onto a jig,
Right.
and then what I use is a red light to align that. So you need to have the ability to put the CO2's dot right above the target.
Well, you could use, I thought you have an angled beam, right?
I do. So, okay, so let me rephrase that. You can use that. You have to make sure it's in focus to the jig or whatever you're aligning it to. So if the thing you're engraving is going into that and it's a higher or lower height,
right,
that's going to mess you up. So you have to set your focus and make sure that your red light is actually aligned to where your CO2 is putting out.
Right.
Because obviously if you raise or lower the bed, that angled red light is going to change position on you. So yes, you can do that. That's what I did until mine died. So we're going back to frame here now that I double checked my focus. And we are just outside all three things here. So that should do it. That's my preferred way to align these types of things. I'm gonna switch back to LightBurn. So if I close up frame and we put the outline back on, I'm going to group these now because they're exactly where we want them to be. We don't want any of the shapes moving around on us. And we're going to go ahead and grab our pattern. Let me go ahead and drop that in. So this is our Ninja Turtle-esque design.
Oh, I like that better than I was picturing. Where did you get that pattern, Kyle?
Random Google search.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be incredibly accurate A to Z, but that is probably the only way to do it, unless you can somehow use a Ruida controller to mark off those areas. But I will have to do more research. I don't want to talk on it too much before I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'll try and help out with that more once we're done with this project.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be a cool thing to look at. Montezuma says, "Hey everybody. Hope you are all enjoying the upgrade. I will be burning my copy of Easy Crash tomorrow and finally getting work done reliably. Congratulations. Don't forget to always save your EzCad folder. Like zip it up into a compressed file and just stash it somewhere, because you may need to go in and grab something out of that F3 param that you are not thinking about right now. It's happened to me many times since starting with the LightBurn beta, where I've needed to open EzCad and get something out of that F3. So I would really urge you to save that EzCad folder somewhere. Don't as tempting as it is to set it on fire, keep that in your back pocket, because you may end up needing it down the road. Sorry, Kyle. So you're overlaying the pattern over the outline now.
Yep. So basically, whatever orientation, you can take an image, flip it around, reverse it, whatever you want. So I kind of like it right around here, maybe. And I'm just going to take this, highlight them both. So what this does is it takes our outline and it takes our image and it allows us to apply the mask to the image. And that's it. You right click with the both of them highlighted. Now make sure, this is important, if you have cutouts like this, like I do, where I want to avoid the belt clip and I want to avoid these bolt holes, they have to be grouped. Pro tip there. If you're having trouble with masking in LightBurn, it's probably because the items aren't grouped. Same with actually Boolean subtract and Boolean delete. Same thing. So I'm happy with this. We know our knife is lined up, so now it's just a factor of turning off the output on the red outline, because we don't want to mark that, and output on the image. And actually, the other thing, since we're at it, we can actually trace this. So if we want to just turn this into a vector.
Whoa.
Doesn't really work out nicely in this case, but I think that might be a problem with the version. But anyways, that worked on the last time we did that on the live stream.
Yeah, I remember. That was sick. I didn't see you do that either, though.
Full disclosure, I'm still using the beta copy. I did not install the updated version. My bad. So what we'll do, we'll stick with the image. That's fine. So I'm just going to go into my library here. Actually, I can do that. Well, we'll showcase the library. Why not? So another cool thing you can do with projects like this is apply an entire, like out of your library, assign it to an entire layer. You don't have to like select it and right click on the layer and apply it or do any of the other funky stuff you did in EzCad. In this case, I don't have the parameter I want to use saved, so I have to type it in manually.
Right.
So that's another opportunity to double click on the layer and show you that menu. So this is the image layer. We double click, and I'm just going to increase the size so you guys can see that a little bit better on stream.
Thank you.
So I'm going to run this about 1500 speed, 45 power, 37 frequency. If you have a MOPA laser and you don't see Q pulse here, pulse width, you can enable that in your device settings, like Alex said. That's in the crash course. I don't know if you explicitly cover that option, but it's in that menu.
Sorry, which I was responding to a question. Which one?
Enabling Q pulse.
Oh yeah, that's in the device settings one. I actually, I didn't. I'm doing the crash course on the 30-watt Mactron, which is not a MOPA. So I didn't even think to talk about that during the device settings tutorial. So I'm glad you're bringing it up.
So in my case, I have a JPT 60-watt M7 MOPA laser. Funny enough, JPT is an option here, but if I use that option, my laser doesn't output.
Right.
So it prefers to communicate on IPG YLP M for MOPA.
Yep.
And then once you get that, enable Q pulse width setting, and that's how you get the pulse width settings over here in your layer options.
Right, and all of if you guys are on the Laser Master Academy parameter library, sorry, brain fart, that entire library is built off of a kind of inherent Q-pulse setting of 200 nanoseconds. So if you are trying to use the parameter library and you have it set to 10 nanoseconds or 100 nanoseconds, it's not going to work as well. So you really want to set that to 200 in order to get all of those LMA parameter library settings to work, because they're all built with a non-MOPA machine that's locked to 200 nanoseconds. So just want to throw that out there too, since we're on the topic.
Absolutely. So we're going to go back here. Back to layer options. So the interesting thing, at least as of right now, I've been told that the guys at LightBurn will eventually look into it. But images aren't getting the auto rotate option as of right now due to something else going on. That's only to fills and lines. So what we're going to do is just run this at 0, and that's it, because that's okay. We're running 0.01 for line interval, and we're treating it as a threshold because I don't want it to dither out the image So that's the reason why I have that going there. And that's it. We're just gonna let it go ham. Another thing, actually, I will mention is you can actually set the number of passes for this layer here, or you can do it via pass count over here, or even more so, similar to the total option at the bottom of LightBurn. Alex mentioned.
We are still zoomed in, Kyle. Just so you know.
Oh, sorry. We'll fix that. So, so basically, if we go here under number of passes, we can designate the quantity of passes we want to run. We can do the same thing here. It affects the same value. But if we go into frame, helps if we flatten image mask. That would be why that didn't work.
That would be why it didn't trace. Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
Perfect.
I'm a doofus, so we're going to go back. Maybe not. Still not doing it. Okay, whatever. So,
try it one more time. The trace itself.
Yeah, I just want to...
Move that out of the way. Yeah, and then move the line layer out of the way. The big connected one. I think it's hiding underneath. It's just the same color. It traced red.
You can see.
Yeah, you're grabbing it. You're grabbing them both at the same time.
Okay. I'm gonna fix that.
It's under there though.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Are they grouped?
We're gonna fix that. All right. So if I trace this now, having it in the right place, we remove the image. Yeah, we're good.
Right.
So we're gonna use this. So first off, I'm gonna group this so I don't accidentally shift anything. But if we go ahead, this is set to line. So another thing that is a common confusion in EzCad, you would hatch everything. Well, here you set it to fill.
Perfect.
That there's your hatch.
Yep. Done.
So everything else is here. So like, for example, if I wanted to cross hatch, there's your cross hatch option. Bidirectional fill would be like the equivalent of broken snake. Turning off bidirectional fill gives you our typical Laser Everything standard hatch. Yeah. So now that we have that back, and I feel less crazy now that things are working properly, I'm going to set the number of passes to, let's do 40. Scan angle is irrelevant because what I'm going to do is use angle increment. I'm just going to set that to 28 as an arbitrary number. And basically what that does is it starts your approach angle at 0 degrees, and once it completes that first pass, it rotates the hatch 28 degrees and runs it again. And the next pass is an additional 28 degrees beyond that point. So it will continue to progress. And that's a great way to get a nice even engrave out of something by basically changing the orientation or the approach angle that the laser takes to even out any ridges as you dig through the material.
Right.
So we're going back here. 1500 speed, 45 power, 37 frequency. And that's it.
Really quick before we move on, Evolving Skills is asking, not sure if mentioned already, but is there a speed difference between EzCad and LightBurn? Did an image with PMag in EzCad a couple days ago, took 30 seconds. Same image in LightBurn today, takes almost 2 minutes and burns instead of a tan color. Possibly my fault with settings. I'm going to say yeah, that's definitely user error. What specifically, it's hard to say. You could be using metric in one and imperial in another. So like inches versus millimeters. You could have your interval set different than your line distance, so make sure to check that. Find out whatever your line distance is in EzCad is what your line interval should be set to in LightBurn. So if your LightBurn line distance is a really tight hatch, you know, like 0.002 or something like that, you're going to be hitting like every line multiple times, and that could definitely increase the time it's taking to run your jobs and cause things to burn. So check your line distance in EzCad and compare that to what interval you're using in LightBurn, and that should fix that problem for you. Those would be the two things I'd recommend going after.
I would also have a look at in the fill options for flood fill and fill all shapes at once and fill groups together and fill shapes individually. Playing with them options can have a big impact on speed as well. You know, if you've got it set to individually, it'll jump about doing different ones. Also, what hatch you've got, bi-directional or cross.
Yep.
So I would have a play in there as well for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. If you're looking to reproduce what we would call the standard hatch, where it's just a zigzag, basically a line connected by an unmarked zig, you want basically bidirectional fill off and flood fill off, and that will net you the closest equivalent to what a standard hatch would be. I'm not sure if that's what you're using, but
and actually
hopefully that helps.
When you're looking at it, if you turn off crosshatch, you can see that straight away. It shows you the black lines with the red where it stops to move to the other line. So it's quite good that it's animated instantly.
Yes. So we're all set there. So I'm going to switch over to the webcam, and we're going to mark it after I turn on my exhaust this time.
Yeah, do a quick poll, Alex, and see what one the viewers prefer out of the choice of these two hearts.
I threw you up real quick while we let Kyle get his mark ready. So we could do heart 1 on the left, heart 2 on the right. We could throw up a quick poll on that.
Just a nice, simple, basic one to go in a love heart shape. So nothing fancy. Or any suggestions on things to add to it.
I went ahead and threw that poll up, guys.
Okay.
If you don't see it, or if you're on mobile, you may have to exit full screen to see it. It should be near your chat.
Dude, I'm getting down on these Chips Ahoy cookies right now.
Oh, that sounds so good.
I know, they're delicious.
I don't have Chips Ahoy cookies, but I do have peanut butter filled pretzels. And also a coffee roll from Dunkin' Donuts.
HTL says add a doggy bone, J-Mac.
Doggy bone. So I inverted it so you'd see how it roughly looks on the slate. And that kind of rough looking heart is the one that I traced from the LightBurn camera, straight from looking down at the
I was going to ask what the little bubbles were going around the outside of the hearts. Is that just leftover from the...
Yeah, them bubbles are the M6 screws of the work table.
Oh.
It's just straight around. Yeah.
But it's good enough, like it'll get the heart lined up.
Exactly, and that's all you need. It's fast and accurate.
Right.
For big jobs like that, you know, so yeah, it's perfect for a case like that.
Nice. Yeah, we'll have to figure out what we need to do to get the LightBurn camera to capture in software, so we can go over that sometime.
Yeah, I had to restart my computer there because when I activated it in OBS to show you, it wouldn't then let me take it back into LightBurn. So I had to, you know, I tried restarting OBS, it wouldn't have it. So I had to actually restart Windows before LightBurn would let me see that camera again. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and wrap the poll up here. Hope you guys got the chance to vote. Looks like it was pretty tight. 61% voted heart number 2. So people like your little heart, your footprint frame. Did you throw that together by hand?
No, that was one I found somewhere. So I can't take the credit for that.
Well, they like it, man. That's the one.
So,
Okay, guys.
NT saying, why do you use single directional as standard hatch? Because it's the most basic you can get by going all one direction, keeping everything consistent. It introduces the least amount of variables.
Oh, look, he's putting the traced heart literally right over
Yeah.
the spot
So
where it was traced from.
Yeah, you can see the one that I took the image from there. And then I clicked trace image. And unfortunately you won't see that, but another screen's just pulled up. Do you know the trace image screen?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's just pulled up and it's got all the little kind of pink dots, you know, for the trace, and then you can slide it about for the threshold and cutoff. And yeah, it just makes it so fast and simple.
Yep.
Then you're left with the outline sitting right there to easy just line stuff up.
Wow. Really cool. I need to learn how to do this.
Yeah, it's really handy.
That's awesome. Well, are both of you guys ready to mark?
We are.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle, you were first, man, so I'm going to let you go first, dude. And then we'll swing back over and we'll check out the slate mark from JMac.
Yeah. Turn on my fans. Well,
Oh, while I'm at it, another question I'm seeing a lot of in a lot of messaging is people are wondering if mark selected is a thing. It is. Down here, just below frame, you'll see cut selected graphics.
Yep.
That in functionality is exactly the same thing as mark select. Just wanted to touch on that, but okay, we're gonna start up.
How many? Is this just one pass, Kyle? You're just knocking the paint off, are you?
Nope. I'm adding some texture. This is gonna be
Quite a few passes, and
like 40 passes. Yeah.
all right.
Wow. Okay. Maybe we'll let this run for a pass or two, and then we'll check out JMax and then swing back and see what kind of progress we're making.
You think the Mandalorian does anything half-assed? No, we're going all the way.
Oh, I'm nervous as it's coming around that clip.
I'm a little bit too, because I didn't align it using the outline of the clip.
That's
but
what I'm saying. Yeah,
confident.
you only.
I'm confident. We triangulated it with 3 circles. We're good.
Yeah, I guess.
I have faith.
You want to pop over to my camera? I've got my little mobile droid camera
Yeah, of course.
up at the moment, and you should be able to see that now. So that's what I can see.
Right.
You see the camera at the side there?
Yeah. Can we see what that trace window looks like?
Yep. So you hit the trace, and it flags up.
Yep.
That, and then you know you do your threshold, sort it out. You can see how it's picking up all the M6 holes. So I mean, you can put something under it. I'm just not bothered really.
Right. A
So-
sheet of printer paper would make that go away.
Yeah, exactly. So click OK, and then you can see there. That's the outline it's created. It's quite hard to see. I'll darken that for you.
Yep.
Yeah. So just simply ungroup that. Delete some of the stuff you don't want. And then I'm left with just a heart that I can use as an outline.
Right. Which, while not perfect, absolutely getting the job done in this situation.
Yeah, and fast as well.
Yeah.
So that same outline, which I done before, I've got it there. And then I hit frame. You can see on the camera, it's framing exactly round where it is. You should be able to see the light flashing up.
It's perfect, yeah.
I'll pick you over to.
Yep. Amazing.
Yeah. And there's the camera. I don't know how well you'll see this in the dark, but I've got it mounted in behind there.
Yep, that seems like a good spot.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really good. Nifty. Put that up, right?
So is it an optical illusion, Kyle, that it looks like parts higher up on the handle are more out of focus?
It might be. I'll tell you what. If I go over here to LightBurn, I can pause it and we can check.
Did somebody forget to break out their Starrett?
It's an optical. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, just an illusion.
Yep.
Just an illusion.
Just all in our head.
Start singing 80 songs.
Kevin's asking, do we have to use a LightBurn camera, or can we use a camera like a Logitech, for example?
Yeah, you can use any camera you want. It's just USB straight into your computer, and all LightBurn's doing is pulling up a USB camera. However, their ones are calibrated for use with LightBurn, so they're quite a bit easier to set up, less messing about with like test patterns and stuff like that to get it properly calibrated. But
Right.
yes, it certainly can.
There are also some webcams out there that are very picky when it comes to driver and software integration, which aren't going to be great for use with LightBurn. So if it requires a piece of software to utilize it so that Windows can see it, it might give you some trouble.
Right.
I seem to remember Jason saying, you know, these flat style module cameras that LightBurn use, they actually bought them obviously in bulk, so they got to pick some aspects of setting it up, which one of them was to default when it plugs into Windows to always set to max resolution instantly, as normally cameras like this would set to the lowest default resolution instantly. So that was quite a big plus.
Patrick's in text chat too, saying don't use a camera with autofocus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
can cause issues.
Jacob Robbins is asking, hi Alex, quick question. Do I need to renew my license before I download the beta? No. You can just go to the download page right now and download it. And it will work for you until July 15th, at which point you will need to purchase the LightBurn for Galvo license.
Every time the beam hops over the belt clip, it gives me agita.
Yeah, I see it. J-Mac, are you ready to burn, man?
I just started burning right now, yeah.
Can we see?
I'm going to put Droid Cam back on.
Yeah, I'd love to check it out.
Bit faster than Kyle's one.
Now, is this what the guys would call a waterproof mark, J-Mac?
But I may go deeper on this. This one's to be outside, obviously, where the dog was buried. So I may go a bit deeper. Might just hit it an extra couple of times.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll throw it up on the main cam when it's completed so we can see the final product.
So what are you going deep on this, Kyle?
Yep.
And then is that it? Are you going to finish it with anything else?
It's an aluminum handle, so I don't have to really treat it for rust or anything. I don't have to anneal it. I actually really like the finish that steel light engraved does on aluminum, so I'm actually going to utilize that setting on it.
Me too, big time.
It pops. It gives it a nice like texture differential from the finish that's already on the handle, so it gives it a good amount of grippiness, and I like that because this is a tool for me, so I need to be able to use it outside, around the house, whatever. So when I'm doing yard work.
Are you hitting it with steel white every hit or just at the end?
No, I'm just going to do it at the end because I'm using the auto rotate at such a small angle, and I'm doing so many passes. It should come out pretty even and pretty level.
Yeah,
so.
When you keep changing the angle like that, it's kind of self-cleaning, huh?
It is for the most part. Yeah.
Nice.
If I was using bidirectional and I was using a bigger auto rotate angle,
Yep.
It might dig a little faster, depending on the other settings, but I would start incorporating in like what they would call a cleaning pass, like a lower power, higher frequency pass to kind of clean up the surface and level out the ridges a bit.
Right. Kevin's asking, is that slate? That's slate, right, J-Mac?
Yeah, that's slate. I just replied to him, but yep, slate.
Yep.
We seem to have, over in the UK, quite a good supply of different slates and get some pretty cool, nicely finished ones.
Nice.
Welsh slate from Wales seems to be super popular. I don't know, is it just good quality or what, but it does a good job.
Yeah. And, man, what was I going to just pick out? Oh, yeah, I was going to say, don't forget to smash the like button, guys. Let everybody else know the content is good. Thank you for all 46 of you coming to hang out for this live stream today. It's really great to have you here. Really happy to be able to spend this time with you guys post-release.
Yeah.
Kevin says Welsh slate is great.
Yeah, it seems so.
Patrick says there's something else that will yield a cleaner engrave too. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you guys are curious about Patrick's air assist that he developed for Galvo lasers, you can go check out his little ad for it. I don't have it on hand to roll out right now, otherwise I would make you watch it. But you can check him out. His YouTube channel is Laser Engraving. He's got kind of a great overview over there about what the air assist actually does, and it's very, very, very cool. So definitely don't skip it. Go check out Patrick's air assist.
Yeah, I've been meaning to set it up, but
me too. Me too. But just LightBurn, dude. LightBurn's gotten in the way of like literally everything else that I want to do.
Yeah. Sure.
Crash Course has just taken a long time. So
I've been kind of building a CNC in the background, so it's
Yep.
a bit of a hobby thing, so it's all good. We'll get to it.
Question. With Rotary Mark and LightBurn, if the text or image is centered, the rotary goes back past 0, then presses forward. Any idea how to start the rotary at 0?
Oh, it's hard to think of when I don't have it right in front of me.
Yeah. Let me think. With Rotary Mark and LightBurn, text or image is centered, the rotary goes back past 0, then presses forward. Any idea? I think you would start it at y equals 0. So you've got your x axis and your y axis. You want your stuff that you're marking to start at y equals 0 and go up. And then it should just start rotating right away. That way that point is the very beginning of the mark, if I understand correctly. I think we touch on that in the rotary ring episode that we uploaded recently. So if you haven't watched that, go check that out, because we do that in LightBurn, I believe, a bit. Maybe? I don't know if that's in LightBurn or not, but the same concept applies. So just make sure that you don't center your stuff up in LightBurn. Start it at y equals 0, so that the beginning of your text is right along that y equals 0 line, and it should just start rolling in the right direction without having to do the backtrack. In LightBurn, Can you specify the text position be y equals 0? Well, you could just draw a straight line across the x-axis and then hit P on the keyboard to center that up, and then it will literally be a starting point. And then you can align the text to that line.
I can also, I'm going to switch screens really quick.
Yep.
So I'm going to zoom in here. Up on the top left, you'll see you have an X position and a Y position. You can also manually just highlight your artwork or whatever you're trying to do. Set Y position to 0 as well.
Will that work, or will that center? Can you test that real quick?
I'll open another instance of LightBurn.
Yep.
Jacob's asking where he gets your library of parameters. The good old LMA. One sec, actually, I'll get the link for you.
I have a cookie in my mouth. Sorry, guys, I'm hungry.
You're fine.
You're making me hungry. I thought it was my takeout food day tomorrow, but it's only Thursday.
If this was any other company streaming any other content, I wouldn't be eating on stream. But we're engravers, and we know that when we push the start button,
Yeah.
we start eating, you know? That's what we do.
Yeah. Find other things to do. Here's a link to the Laser Master Academy. You can sign up should you wish. You can read about it here and see if it's right for you. And the laser parameter library is included with that. So have a read over it and see what you think.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it centers it to...
I think what you try to do, get it to start so the bottom small t is from the middle up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe if you go over to the right side and you can change origin, it's maybe set to see where you're stopping.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah, under that, set it to whatever.
Good
center,
call.
bottom center. And then work back from that kind of thing.
Yep. So you would set your anchor position to the bottom center, and then you would set the Y position to 0.
And because the origin is in the bottom left corner, y equals 0 is at the bottom left corner. So it would be half of your area's height. So what is this, Kyle? A 110?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be y equals 55.
Yeah.
X equals 55, right?
That doesn't seem right
No.
either.
No, it doesn't. No. Let's do this.
What did you set your coordinates to? I see it's on absolute coordinates, isn't it? What other options?
Yeah, I'm not. Well,
Where's Jason when you need him?
I think
I don't know. We'll have to go back to that. But
you're hitting.
Yeah.
We'll go back to the camera. I'll keep messing with it.
All right. J-Mac, did you finish your slate?
It's yes. One sec.
Kyle,
Yep.
Jason's in chat. He says, read the docking part of the update notes.
Read the manual.
Yeah, idiot. Oh, that was just for the guy asking about docking, not you. Never mind, Kyle.
Gotcha.
That didn't pertain to you. Kyle, do you want to explain your issue? Jason's asking.
Oh,
Oh,
so,
but before we jump into that, here's JMac's final product, because he's showing that off. Which looks beautiful, man. Perfect.
Is it up front, is it?
Yeah, it's backwards, but it's up there. I can see it. Looks great.
One. There. Just flip it.
Yeah, buddy. And were you saying this was the waterproof mark or not?
Yeah, to a
Nice.
certain degree. That's it, me wet it with my hand,
Yep.
my finger.
Yep,
Still see it
perfect.
then. So, yeah, it's a good solid mark that you can see it from, you know, every angle.
yeah, that's a valid point. If you guys have a bug report, report it through like email. Like they have that. Oh, okay. He put the email in. I
Yeah.
was gonna say you can get the support email from the forums.
They
but
have an amazing LightBurn support forum too. So if you're not already a member over there, you should sign up for an account, because
Yes.
that's honestly that's the best place to get answers, and it's the best place for them to track bugs and things like that too. So
it's also an enormous wealth of knowledge.
yeah. Which I guess if we just take a second here, you just come up to lightburnsoftware.com. Here it is, and then support forum. Boom, you click that, and it's all right here. So there's tons of places to report bugs, get set up, find answers to other questions, things like that. So sign up for this if you haven't already. It's right there. Forum.lightburnsoftware.com. It's the best place to get answers about LightBurn stuff, for sure. That does look quite nice, though, JMac.
Yeah, grand.
Is pretty.
It is pretty. I'm going to be completely honest. I was not that interested in LightBurn camera until I saw you trace something with it.
Yeah. No,
And
it's
now I want it.
for that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't use it the way some others use it. Like I said, for pinpoint stuff, I just prefer to manually measure that, you know, final little bit myself.
Yeah.
But for large stuff,
The way you're
Same.
using it is exactly how I would use it. That's exactly what I would do with it, and that makes me want it a lot more, because I had no idea you could do that.
yeah.
Yep.
No, it's great, definitely. Get one ordered.
Yeah. Shit. Jason, set aside a LightBurn camera for me, bro.
And one of them little tags tell you to take off your
Yeah,
laser cap.
I
Your
saw that.
lens
That
cap.
was cool.
Yeah. Some new merch out.
Speaking of merch, there was like a way, I saw it earlier, it was like, show your merch on your live stream, and I like was trying to like click it, but I don't know what I'm doing. Merchandise. You can promote an item in chat by pinning it to the top of your feed. Boom. I'm doing it. I clicked the button. When I see buttons like that, I have to click them.
Oh yeah, it just come up.
Oh, look at that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Little
Next
snack.
sticker. And does it just cycle through all your...
It just sits on that one. I think I could just pick a different one if I want to. Artisan apron. Look at this. Did it work? I don't even know if it worked. Maybe not. Oh, also, I saw people getting mad because I was clicking this advertising button. There's a bunch of new buttons in the YouTube backend, guys, and I'm trying to figure out what they do. And I don't know. Do either you or Kyle have the actual stream pulled up right now?
Yep.
No,
You do,
I
Kyle?
don't know.
Yep.
Tell me what happens when I push this button, okay?
Okay.
All right, I just pushed it. Anything?
Not that I can tell.
Did it have a... Did it have like a... Oh, do you have YouTube Red?
I do.
Ah, okay, me too. It's like an add button, and it was like, push me, I'm an add button. And I was like, okay, and I clicked it, and it didn't do anything. And then I was like, that's weird. And then I clicked it again, and it didn't do anything. But then I saw people yelling in the chat at me about it. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? Do you have YouTube Red, J-Mac?
Yeah, do. But Jason's just saying it says ads in 5, so it's triggering an advert that's starting a few seconds time.
Weird.
And,
I thought that it just did that on its own. I didn't think that I was like pushing a button to do it.
I
It
guess
does when they auto refresh or do something funny. It'll
Yeah, if they auto refresh or something, that's true, because I've refreshed the or I've had monetization on for live streams forever, and I had no like need to ever push a button. It just kind of like laid them in where it saw fit, I guess. But you're right, they usually came up when people like reloaded the stream or like came to the stream for the first time. That's true, so that's interesting. Sorry guys, sorry. I'm just pushing new buttons that have not appeared in my pack end before, so forgive me. I'll try to resist the temptation to push that button and piss you all off.
Kelly just says you give him a chance to get him to buy Viagra. So.
Viagra ads on my channel? Come on. Orter must be cheaping out on their advertising budget.
I hope you're feeling better, Kelly, after your COVID. So,
Yeah, Kelly, we heard you were sick, man. Hope you were feeling better. Yeah, I have the Google Family plan for music streaming and YouTube too. I never see ads. It's worth it, dude. The YouTube like Pro or whatever, fuck, it's a no-brainer. It's like $5 a month.
I mean, at first the ads weren't too bad, but over the years they got so bad at just hammering you with ads. I mean, you couldn't just sit and watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Just ad after ad after ad. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's worth it, and they use that money to pay content creators like us. So, whatever. Take it. It's $5. Fucking just take it from me so I don't have to think about it.
So what is it?
Joseph Nicholson says, Kelly, you get ads based on your search history. Rough. Does Galvo for LightBurn work for Macs? Yes, it works everywhere that regular LightBurn works. So Mac, PC, Linux, all good. Though I have not tried to even set it up on a Mac or a Linux computer. I don't know nearly enough about Linux to even begin to think about tackling that. And Macs are stupid, so won't hear me talking about that. But this guy over here might at some point bless us with some kind of LightBurn Mac installation tutorial.
I installed it right when we got the beta, so I can't even remember what the procedure was, or was there any procedure. I try to think what the procedure was for the drivers. You know how normally you install the EzCad board drivers? I can't even remember. I'll certainly look into it, make a wee write-up or video.
HDL got a CarMax ad. That's funny. All right, if we get to 50 likes on this stream, I will buy JMac a wireless lav mic too. God knows he needs one with his feet up over there. He might need one more than Kyle.
When I'm reclining, you can't hear me.
Yep, LightBurn. Jason says macOS and Linux don't even need the driver swap. It just works. So that's cool.
Yeah,
That is cool.
It's very cool.
It just works is not a phrase you get to hear every day.
No, it is not.
No.
But if I'm going to hear it, that's usually the man that I hear it from. The likes come pouring in. Hopefully. God, Kyle, are you sure this is the most efficient pass setup for this thing?
No, it's not.
This
But
hurts.
This is a known quantity in terms of the outcome I want, so I went for it. I didn't think it was going to take this long.
You
so.
swear this is level? You're swearing to me that this knife is level?
Yeah.
It just looks so much dimmer at the like blade end.
It's because the lighting is not coming in evenly and the camera's at an angle.
Hmm. The Manturtlorian.
DV recommends 16 gig RAM on the M1 Mac.
Wouldn't know.
I think it's only 8 gigabyte. It's not too bad. It runs fine, you know. I mostly use my Mac just for when I'm sitting on the couch watching TV. I have it rested on my belly, just surfing the net. So I'm more of a Windows guy. When I need to do something or get stuff done, I use Windows. You know, Mac's more of a sort of
Couch potato.
Yeah, that sort of thing. It's just got a really nice trackpad on it. No Windows PC laptop I've ever tried can compete with a trackpad, and it's so good for reclined position, you know, just surfing the net. So.
Yeah. Wow, 40 likes, J-Mac.
Yeah.
Getting there.
41.
Kelly says, LightBurn conversion went very easy today for me. I love the import parameters button, made it easy. Thanks, LightBurn team, for thinking this one through for us. Yep, super easy. Very, very, very easy. Very smooth. Jacob Robbins runs his laser on a gaming computer. That's exactly what I do. I have gaming PCs at all my laser stations. Does a good job. James says, shine a light on the knife so Alex can relax a little bit. Yeah, hopefully if you guys have had the chance to watch the LightBurn for Galvo crash course, hopefully you guys got some value out of that, because we put a lot of time into that series, and there's a lot more coming. We're going to be getting into, you know, more about how to take advantage of LightBurn and less about how to get it set up. But I really wanted the setup portions of that tutorial series to be done before today. That was like a big goal of mine. So now that we're done with setup in that series, we can move on to working on more of like fun stuff, like how to actually take advantage of all of the cool features that LightBurn has.
Yeah, because it's got some pretty nice design functions built right into the app.
Yeah.
So, you know, this series, in theory, can go on for months and months. You know, there's always...
Yeah, have you seen LightBurn's YouTube channel?
Yeah. Check out the knife.
I see it. I feel better. I relax.
It's just my poopy lighting over there right now.
Patrick says, I would have stopped that job by now due to my impatience.
And beauty takes time.
How many passes have you run?
I'm 73% done on the job.
Jason, add a pass counter to the main page.
Huh?
So when you're running jobs, like, and you have the laser set to continuous, like, I don't think you can see what pass you're on.
Yeah, there is. There's a counter.
A live counter?
Yes.
Where is it? Show
Maybe
me.
not.
Show me where it is.
I might be absolutely talking rubbish.
SD wet? What is this? Patrick saying run the job from the framing window.
Yeah. Well, all jobs do run from the framing window now. When you click start, it doesn't start the job, it pulls up the framing window.
Oh, but we can't see your framing window because you're not capturing your screen, you're capturing the window, so.
Yeah.
Bummer.
But that's also an option in the settings.
What? The pass counter?
No.
Oh, no, automatically
auto
running
frame.
from the frame. Yeah, we cover that in the crash course too. If you set the continuous mode in the framing window, there's a counter there.
Yeah.
Confirmed by the man.
It still feel like just like a a detached, just kind of like pass counter that just count. Like, you know how here's how I'm going to describe it. In your car, you have your odometer, right? And it tracks how many miles your car is driven. And you have your trip. And you can reset the trip whenever you want. And it just counts passes, and you can just reset it. And it doesn't matter what's running or where you're driving to. But you can just always reset the trip meter. Does that make sense? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I want a trip meter that I can just ping whenever I want and reset. That way I don't have to be using like a specific mode or functionality. It's just, yeah, I see it's working in continuous and it's counting up.
Yeah. I'm just going to try if I set the number of passes.
Yeah, if you use the repeat command, then what?
Yeah, let me see. So I'm setting passes to 50. Okay. Start.
No, that's not going to work.
No, it didn't. It's not counting them.
What if you use repeat? So set that back to 1, use repeat, set it to 50. Does it count then?
So it's still set to 50. Hit start. What repeat?
Yeah, so turn that other 50 off. And then turn
Okay.
repeat on and set repeat to 50.
All right, yeah. So number passes back to 1.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Start. Repeat.
50. And then start it.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll count for you too. That's nice. At least it does that. I guess that's fine. I'd still like my odometer trip meter. I feel like that would be useful to me. I don't know why I'm insisting on that. I just feel like that would be a big help.
Yeah, I would like. It does show you the total time it takes, but I would like that time to stick and stay. So if you come back to it, you can see that it took whatever 2 minutes 30.
Yeah, because then there'd be like a part counter, you know.
Yeah.
Like maybe I have it set to repeat 20 times, but it's 20 times per part. And when that's done, boom, then I got a 1 on my thing or what. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm asking for. To be fair, I'm asking for something that I'm not adequately describing, but John Helzer says, just tuned in. LightBurn is working great with Galvo. Yep. And I have all your EzCad parameters and some other custom profiles for items. Is there a way to import those into LightBurn? Yes. I'm assuming you mean like laser setting profiles or parameters. If that's the case, I'm uploading an episode on that tomorrow. So you'll be all set on that then. Though it's pretty basic. I mean, Kyle, if you want to pull up and show how to load a parameter library really quick. Or JMac. Yeah, you got it open. JMac's got it.
So
pretty easy.
then if you can see that, okay, just down to your library tab.
Yep.
There. Shows it all. And then you just click load. Go to wherever you're.
Still can't see that though. That's a bummer. Because it's another window.
No problem. Anyway,
I can pull it
pick
up.
the file, and then it adds it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice and easy.
Yeah.
I've got 3 different libraries, one for each different lens, 2 different lenses, and 1 for my CO2 tank. So
I'll stop and show mine so we can see the context menu. So on the bottom right, like you're showing load. If you download a library that already exists, you just go to the directory where it's at, select it, open, just like a file open.
Yep.
Or if you create your own library, you can save it. Same thing, just saves like a file. You have it as a backup.
Yep. Super easy.
And it's specific to the machine too. So if you recreate your machine with a different lens, you can run a completely different library for it so that you have a 200 library, a 110 library, a 70 library, a 300 library,
which
whatever.
you can use the parameter library converter to convert, because it now supports LightBurn library files, which you can find in the recent episodes on the Laser Everything channel.
Yes.
So it's literally like almost zero work to convert your library for all of your lenses. You could do the whole thing in 15 minutes and have them all imported for all the different device profiles, which is another thing that we're covering tomorrow, in an episode tomorrow on that.
And it is so handy because, I mean, I've got mine saved in a completely different folder as well. So should anything ever happen, or I move to a new computer, I've always got that file, just import it, and that's it, your full library back again. It's just really nice.
Patrick says, Kyle, are you trying to skeletonize that knife or that handle? Yes. Not exactly. I really want some depth and grip out of it, so I want some solid ridges.
John's saying, I just wasn't sure what the EzCad library was called to import. You can't import the EzCad library directly. It'll have to be converted to a LightBurn library file first, which you, again, can use the converter for, which we have an episode. Can we get a link for that in chat?
Yeah.
We have an episode on that that'll show you how to save EzCad libraries, convert them, and then import them into, you know, other places fairly easily. So check that out. And Jacob Robbins was asking, what lens is the best one for engraving powder-coated tumbles with the... I'm going to start calling them that. Powder-coated tumbles. With the fiber. Anyone. The 300, if you have the power to push it, is going to remove the most powder coat without actually marking the tumbler, which is what you want. And we have an episode on that as well. We have a full episode on Project Mark and the 300mm lens with both a 30-watt and a 60-watt laser. It's a really, really good episode, so if you haven't seen that, go check that out. Because that's a great ep too, pretty recent. Yeah, upcoming LightBurn for Galvo crash course topics. Managing your LightBurn library. Managing device profiles. How to add new device profiles for different lenses on your machine. And what was the last one? There's another one. LightBurn library, device profiles. Oh, and running multiple instances of LightBurn, which is very easy. So those three things will be coming out probably tomorrow at some point. Tomorrow or the day after. Yes, Jacob, it's in my Laser Everything video library. Kyle's got the links there. Thank you, Kyle.
There's the GitHub link for the converter.
Thank you for that as well. Can you use one computer and multiple fiber lasers at the same time like you can CO2? Yeah, I'm sure you can via multiple instances, which again, we will talk about. That's a very often asked question. I might do that one first, just because of how often it's been asked. You can just open multiple instances of LightBurn at the same time. It's very easy, and we will cover that on the crash course tomorrow.
I've run 2 diodes, I've connected to a CO2, 2 diodes, and a fiber with 4 different instances of LightBurn.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely doable. Yep, cylinder correction is planned. We'll just pull it up. Let me pull up my keep list, and I'll tell you guys what is planned so far. So, topics upcoming for the LightBurn Galvo crash course. Multiple instances of LightBurn and fiber. Intermediate hatch settings for LightBurn Galvo, installing and managing your parameter library, sublayers and pass count demonstration, LightBurn for Galvo Rotary 101, Project Mark, cylinder correction with LightBurn, intermediate art and graphics in LightBurn for Galvo, Mastering variable text, LightBurn camera setup, 2.5D grayscale height mapping engraving are all things that are on the list right now for the crash course. So there's a shit ton planned for the LightBurn for Galvo crash course that will be coming out in the next week or two.
And they're all nice little short episodes as well.
They are very short. They're short and tight and easy.
Yeah, you can search exactly what you want, what you need. You don't have to sit through a whole episode. It's just quick to the point, 5-10 minutes. And yeah, well thought out.
Yep.
Just about done with this.
LightBurn 3 will be out by the time you're done, Kyle.
This is the last pass, I think.
Oh my god. I can't believe it. I literally can't believe it. I think you're lying.
The steel white pass.
We're so mean to Kyle. I'm so mean to you, Kyle. I love you.
It's alright. Love you too.
That was very short.
What about me, Kyle? What about me?
No, fuck
Love
you.
you too, bud.
You get nothing.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why this is going so slow is mostly because of you can pick multiple ways to fill a hatch, or fill, in this case. So if I did it, for example, by shape, it would do it completely differently than if I was doing it like I am now, filling all at once.
Did you do?
The other side's already done. We did it on live stream.
Yeah, go check out that stream. It was the last Viewer's Choice live stream that we did, and Kyle did a great job. That design is even cooler than this one, and he really shares a lot of great tips on that one, so definitely don't skip that. Did you turn flood fill on for this one?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, that's the one thing I probably would have done differently. Flood fill would have filled this shit way faster to get that depth, and then you could have cleaned it up later with like an auto rotate or something without having to do all 40 like unidirectional. It's rough. Is there a reason you don't do bidirectional either? Or just cuz? You said it was a known quantity. You knew how this was going to come out before you started it, so.
Yeah, I wanted to use the same settings. I've done a couple of these knives now.
Yeah.
And just the way it comes out.
You just know just know how it's going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do it faster with you doing bidirectional and adjusting some other stuff and probably cut some of the time off of it, but I don't want to mess with doing like a crap ton of cleanup passes to fix it.
Yeah.
So, going back to LightBurn.
Hey-o, we're moving on.
You're gonna
So what was that, 40 passes?
40 passes.
Hardcore, man.
We're gonna just use the straight up steel white.
I'm going to grab a drink while you're keeping the people entertained.
How many passes, Kyle? Please say one.
I'm probably just gonna do one or two.
Okay.
Or one with crosshatch, I guess. So I already have that in my program library, so already assigned it, and quite literally just going to start it.
What effect are you trying to achieve with?
It just brightens it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of functions like a cleaning pass. Brightens up the surface of the metal. Since it's aluminum, I don't have to worry about it rusting.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Something I'd love to do with aluminium is anodizing, but it just looks such a scary process. So many chemicals and acids involved, but it would be real fun to anodize bits of aluminium and then start lasering parts of them off. Get some really smart effects.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You can see that's brightened it up quite a bit. So what was the runtime in the 40 passes?
I didn't look before then, but I'm not sure. I think probably 45 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that.
I mean, it's not bad if it's for yourself or
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
if you're
do that for a
trying to-
customer
Yeah,
unless.
you'd want to look at optimizing it if you were, you know, pumping them out production.
Yeah. There's definitely ways to speed it up. I just, yeah.
That looks good.
Halstead Laser Engraving says, okay, I have a question that I haven't seen answered yet. In the cut settings, there's a little circle with a plus symbol in it. This creates a sublayer. What is this all about? Multi-hatching. So you can add multiple hatch layers into one layer, unlike EzCad. So you don't have to do a bunch of craziness. You can, like, for example, if you have like a coin that you wanted to do, and you have a digging pass. Let's say you want to do like 10 or 20 digging passes, and you wanted to incorporate a cleaning pass, and then that's what you wanted. You didn't want to duplicate layers manually or do anything like that. You can add to the layer in the cuts and layers menu. When you double click on it and open that sub menu, hit the plus, and then you can add a cleaning pass after the digging pass, and when you go to frame it, you can tell it how many times you want to repeat the whole process. Well, that's it for the steel white. Let me just take a look at it before I pick it up and move it.
Once you move it, there's no going back. Are you happy with the depth?
Yeah, I'm happy with the depth. I'm just changing one thing.
Yeah, Jason makes a good point there. With the sublayers, you can also use it to make, say, a line thicker. You can offset the line left and then right, and then you've got a line that's 3 times as thick straight away. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Never thought about that.
That's a valid point. So yeah, if you're doing something like I was saying before, coins, if you did something like that, you could basically give it a different dimension, more or less, to the cutouts you're doing. Kind of smooth out hard lines.
You could make like drop shadows and stuff like that coming off text. That could look pretty damn cool, couldn't it?
Yeah. So I'm returning back to LightBurn here. So what I'm gonna do, I want to change up the surface just a little bit. I'm going up to 1500, 15%. That's not what I want to do. 35 frequency, and I'm gonna demonstrate what the different fill type is like. So we were doing all fill all shapes at once. So I'm gonna change it to fill shapes individually, and you'll see this is gonna be quite a bit different. I'm gonna turn off cross hatch. Probably whatever. Does this calculate the runtime in the preview mode? At least as of yet, I don't think it does accurately, but the preview is still an important mode. Oh, is it updated? Okay, so I'm wrong. The man said yes. Thanks for stopping in, Kelly, man. Take care.
See you later, Kelly. Yeah, I mean, it calculates it pretty accurately from what I can see.
Good.
I guess the longer, if it's a coin or something like that, you're doing many passes on, it'll start to maybe go out over time. But just for simple text and stuff, it should be, you know, within a second or two, which is fine.
All right. So I'm just gonna grab a little. I'm gonna wipe this off.
Did I miss anything important?
No, well, Kyle's finished. That's pretty important. Yeah, we're nearly there.
Just wiping it down really quick with a little bit of alcohol just to get the stuff off.
Nice. J-Mac, you're 4 likes away from a wireless lav mic, buddy.
Yeah, it's 3 likes.
Looks like Jason's been busy in chat.
Yeah.
Since my camera isn't wanting to play nice, I'm gonna show it off.
Very nice, dude. The man.
And you can see that it did not touch any of the screws or the belt clip.
Yep. The Manturtlorian is complete.
And for those of you asking, that's the first side.
Yep,
we
that
did
was
on
sick.
live stream.
Definitely go watch that live stream if you haven't. It was awesome. Didn't touch the blade either.
Nope.
Super.
It was nice.
What do you got going on there, J-Mac? What are you messing around with?
Nothing. I'm just playing my patterns that I've got. So, just playing about with stuff.
Nice.
I've got an axe to do, so just try to think of what I want to do with that axe.
Yeah.
So probably some kind of Damascus style thing.
Shay is asking if you mocked that up using LightBurn camera. Kyle.
No. So what we did is we took a photo of it top down. Alex with the pro tip said if we back off with the camera so that more of the item is very close to the center of the image, while there's less resolution, you'll get a less distorted image. So we did that. That tip held true in that I took a photo with my phone, sent it over to myself on my computer. We threw it into LightBurn, and I ran a trace with it. So if you're curious on how to do that, rewind.
The full live stream will be available after the stream is over too, so you'll be able to replay it.
We also did the first side of the knife on live stream. That was our last Friday live day viewer's choice from last week. So if you want to see that, that's there too. And then we ran a trace on the pattern I wanted after we imported that. with the when I say trace on the knife, that was a manual trace we used as a mask. When I say trace on the pattern, that's a right click on the image and use LightBurn trace to trace the pattern and turn it into a fillable vector outline.
Easier shown than spoken, for sure.
Yes. So this is our design that we traced, and then that was it. This is the manual outline I did of the knife from the picture, which allowed me to avoid the belt clip, the screw holes.
Yep.
There's 3 screw holes here. And then what we did was we cut the outline of the outer part of the knife off, leaving these circles here. And we used that to actually red light the design onto the knife to get it aligned. And nothing we didn't want to get marked got marked.
Right.
So.
Super sick. Dan Menzies here. Hey. What's up, Dan? Well, I think that we're getting pretty close to calling it here soon, guys.
Yeah.
We've been going almost 2 hours. But we do need 3 more likes for JMac to get his wireless lav. We got 3 more likes out there, guys. We can squeeze out of you.
There's 1.
Nice.
2, 3.
Is that it? Did we hit it?
Yeah, we've done it. 53.
Wow, 52. Nice. 53. Excellent. Very good. So we'll get these boys some lav mics. I promised Kyle one last time that he did a stream as well for giving him such a hard time about the Mandalorian. So we can definitely do that. But yeah, that's kind of it, guys. Just a little software expedition, little showcase. Nothing too crazy today. I know that you're all busy trying to get this software installed for yourself, and we were debating what to do with this stream. We mostly just wanted to hang out and use LightBurn because we do have the LightBurn for Galvo crash course available. So go check that out if you're struggling getting set up. Let me pull that up one more time so that I can show you guys where to find it. So right here on the homepage for Laser Everything, there's our live. That's what we're doing right now. But we have the LightBurn for Galvo crash course. It's right here. There's 13 episodes in it so far, many more to come. And it walks you through everything from installation to configuring, hot swapping between EzCad and LightBurn, basic device settings, graphics overview. There's just tons of stuff here, guys. Tons and tons of stuff. So definitely don't skip this. Even if you have a general idea of what you're knowing, you may find some specific Galvo related tips or tricks in here that could really help you out. And like I said, there's a lot of episodes and there's a lot more absolutely coming your way. So don't skip the LightBurn for Galvo crash course. It's really going to help you out. Special thanks as always to JMac and Kyle for hanging out with me. One more big congrats for JMac for joining the Laser Everything team. Kyle and I are certainly grateful to have some help around here. He's going to be especially active in our kind of laser communities, helping to manage those. If you're not already a part of them, you can sign up absolutely free to our Laser Everything Discord server or Facebook group with the links down in the description. And if you like what we do here on the channel and you want to see more of it, consider signing up for the Laser Master Academy. It's the #1 way to support the channel. You get a bunch of bonus goodies for signing up, including our fiber laser parameter library, which is now available in EzCad 2, EzCad 3, and LightBurn format. We just uploaded that today. As well as a bunch of other stuff like bonus live streams, bonus episodes of the podcast, and a great community. There's a really awesome community that's filled with talented people that are really motivated to succeed. They're paying for their membership in the LMA. They're paying to be there. And you get kind of like the cream of the crop in that kind of premium situation, I guess, if you want to call it that. So we're very, very grateful for all of the generous contributions that we get through the LMA. It is the absolute best way to support the channel. I don't think we've quite broken 2K, but we're getting very close, right, Kyle? We're at like 1970, something like that.
Right around there.
Yeah, I think 1,970 people paying at least $8 a month to support Laser Everything. So the fact that we can bring all of this content to you is absolutely thanks to them. And if you're one of them, thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you. And if you want to be one of them, you can find out more at masters.lasereverything.net. We've got multiple episodes probably of the crash course uploading tomorrow, and then even more throughout the rest of the week. Kyle has his Wisely 60 watt MOPA laser review that he's working on right now, as well as follow-up videos to his basic jigs course. So if you want to learn how to make jigs for your fiber laser for use with this kind of stuff, he does the whole thing in LightBurn. It's a very, very cool tutorial that he's uploaded recently, so go watch that episode. Go check out his recent live stream where he did the other side of his knife. Go say hi to JMac on one of our various Laser Everything communities. And I think that is all of the plugging that I have to do. Guys, lightburnsoftware.com. Go download this right now. It doesn't cost anything until July 15th. There's no reason not to try it. If you're one of the sad souls stuck on EzCad 3, we have an EzCad 3 downgrade guide. So I literally walk you through how to remove the EzCad 3 controller and put an EzCad 2 controller in if you just don't want to wait and you want to start using LightBurn right now. It's a great guide. Doesn't have a lot of views. Not that I blame you. It's a pretty technical thing. There's a little bit of soldering involved, but it's not that bad. If I can do it, you know, anybody can. I'm not an electronics person. I just kind of hobbled my way through it, and I was successful. So if I can do it, you definitely can do it. Absolutely. So if you really want to jump on the LightBurn train right now, you can check that tutorial out. And I think that's it. Is that it?
Yep.
That was a lot of talking.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks, Jason, for all your hard work. Everybody over at LightBurn Software for everything you've done to better the Galvo laser community. We've all been looking forward to this for so long, and we're so excited that we can be a part of it, that we can help cover it, that we can help teach this amazing new software, and that we have the opportunity to use it. So thank you to all your hard work. Thanks for everybody who smash and like. Come back after the stream and leave a comment. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm. And I think that is it. So until next time, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we will see you in the next one.